Nikola Jokic is one player you don't want to mess with. On most days, he's funny, likable, and an all-around great guy. But you really don't want to be the one to unleash the beast that's an angry Jokic. Just ask Markie Morris, who Jokic slammed into hard and injured. Or Russell Westbrook, who got yelled at and schooled on the court for trash talking. This is what happens if you trash talk Nikola Jokic. First up, there's the time that Russell Westbrook got schooled by Jokic. Westbrook has always been getting into trouble with any player in the league. It doesn't matter if the game is crucial or not, Russ brings the intensity every single night. So in this game between the OKC Thunder and the Denver Nuggets, the Nuggets had a comfortable 9-point lead with just 35 seconds to go. The game was in the bag. But Russ, being Russ, decided to start an argument with Jamal Murray, and it got pretty heated real quick. At this point, Jokic was mad. He jumped in and just added to Westbrook's frustration. The two had an intense argument, and when they faced off next, the Joker got his revenge. When the Nuggets faced the OKC Thunder again, Jokic dominated everyone trying to defend him, from Russ to Steven Adams. The result? Jokic pulled an impressive performance with 36 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists, securing a sweet victory for the Denver Nuggets. Russ learned it the hard way. You don't mess with the Joker. But he wasn't the only player who learned his lesson the hard way. Let's take a look at what went down between Jokic and Dwight Howard. When the Lakers and Nuggets faced off in the bubble playoffs, all eyes were on Howard, the former lockdown defender and 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. As he squared off with Nikola Jokic, Game 3 got spicy. Howard made a move, shoving Jokic in pursuit of a loose ball. Not a fan of the call, he made sure everyone, especially the Joker, knew it. He started talking, trying to mess with Jokic's head, and guess what? It worked. Howard stepped up for the rest of the series, and Jokic was kept to just 16 and 20 points in Games 4 and 5, securing the Lakers' ticket to the NBA Finals. But it didn't end there. Despite Howard winning that round, Jokic turned the tables in their next face-off. Jokic had Howard dancing on the court, pulling off what seemed like a straightforward play. He got Howard with a slick pump fake, creating an easy shot at the rim. If that wasn't enough payback, after the bubble showdown, the Nuggets owned a 4-1 record against Howard's team. Jokic was on fire, averaging 20.6 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists in those games, shooting an impressive 64% from the field. Maybe that's why Dwight Howard went off to Taiwan. No jokers around there, that's for sure. Now let's talk about Jokic facing off against Markie Morris. So Morris, a bit like Westbrook, can get a little ahead of himself. Alright, check this out. In a game between the Heat and the Nuggets, Denver was cruising with a 17-point lead with just 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Markie Morris, pulling his dirty player card, decided to hit Jokic with a nasty foul right in the middle of the court. But little did Morris know that he was messing with the bull, and you know what they say about that. You get the horns. In this case, Jokic delivered a solid body check that ended up sidelining Morris for a whopping 58 games due to the injury caused by the shove. Now, the Heat didn't take too kindly to that, and they jumped Jokic. But the one guy who was angriest at Jokic? None other than Jimmy Butler. He was so fired up that he even invited Jokic to meet him in the back. Butler went searching, but he couldn't have done much even if he'd found him. Now, fast forward to the next game between these two teams. Jokic took charge, leading the Nuggets to a smooth 9-point win. The stat line? An impressive 24 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists for Jokic. As for Morris, he never really bounced back after that incident. Moral of the story? Be careful what you're asking for. It's not just players who can get on Joker's nerves, though. Sometimes so can teams. Alright, let's break down what went down with Jokic and the Suns in the 2021 playoffs. So, as the series rolled on, Jokic was running out of patience, and things got real heated in Game 4's third quarter. Nuggets were trailing by 8, had a shot to cut it to 6, and then Jokic pulls this crazy tough floater that hits the side of the rim. The rebound lands in Bridges' hands, who passes it to Payne for the Suns to start their offensive play. Now get this, a furious Jokic smacks Payne, tensions shoot up, and Booker jumps in, all because of Jokic's wild move. But here's the kicker, that loss sparks something in Jokic. Since then, the Nuggets have played better, winning 3 out of 4 against the Suns. And on Christmas Day in 2022, Jokic went all out, dropping 41 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 assists, pulling off an overtime win. Jokic might not admit it, but he wasn't cool with that little playoff moment with the Suns, and he made sure to get his revenge. But nothing compared to what he decided to do to Gary Payton and the Warriors. Alright, let's chat about Gary Payton II taking on the Joker in the playoffs. It all kicked off with a crucial play. After attempting an offensive rebound, GP2 perfectly timed a swat to Jokic's shot. Soon after, the Nuggets called a timeout to cool things down. But as both teams were heading back to their benches, GP2 made a mess with a move of his own. He gave Jokic a friendly tap on the butt. Seemed harmless, right? But Jokic wasn't feeling it. But after that, the Joker wasn't mad at just GP2. It seemed like the entire Warriors team was on his radar. From that point on, Jokic went on a rampage, wrecking and bullying anyone in his path. There was practically nothing anyone could do to stop him. It turned out to be the best season of his career, especially in terms of three-point accuracy. Now let's take a peek at Jokic before the slapping incident. He was averaging just 26 points per game. But check out what happened after the slap. Even though they didn't win the series, Jokic went into beast mode for the next 3 games. It's both scary and amusing that everyone spiraled from what seemed like a harmless slap. The Joker had truly unleashed his beastly side. Gary might have made a mistake, but this next guy kinda had it coming. Rudy Gobert found himself in a lot of trouble for mocking Jokic. Just like Howard, Gobert racked up 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards. But when it came to facing Jokic, it was a whole different story. After a foul call on Gobert, the big guy mimicked Jokic's moves to draw fouls. It was a total foul, and the Joker wasn't having any of it. No room for disrespect here. In the next game, Jokic brought out his A game, flaunting his fancy moves and messing with Rudy Gobert. He pulled off an insane one-legged fadeaway jumper. But surprisingly, it only added 2 points to Jokic's massive 30-point score against the French dude. The game ended with Jokic pulling off a triple-double, throwing in 21 rebounds and 10 assists along with that 30-point bomb. But Jokic wasn't finished yet. When the playoffs rolled around, he cranked it up a notch. In a nail-biting 7-game series, Jokic averaged 26.3 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 5.4 assists, guiding the Nuggets to a sweet victory over the Utah Jazz. And just to make it sweeter for Rudy, in the first matchup of the 2020-21 season against the Jazz, Jokic went all out. 47 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists, completely owning them. Funny thing is, that's the last time Joker bagged a win against Gobert, as the Nuggets faced 4 straight losses to Rudy Gobert's squad. Despite the rough streak, Jokic keeps bringing his A game, averaging 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 10.5 assists, shooting a solid 64% from the field. Take notes, guys. Trash-talking Nikola Jokic might not be the smartest move.